Yo, yo, yo. Let's fucking do it. I don't remember what I had in my deck here. Okay. Where am I at on the map? The start of your Oh, shit, dude. Ooh, how many Sly cards do I have? I have 3 discards. And I have 2 Sly cards so far. And this isn't even like a bad card. I think I'm gonna skip it though. Doesn't seem good enough. I have any armor? I do. Should have killed this thing first, huh? Oh, that makes it do that. Sick. Didn't know you were into card games? Oh, I love roguelikes, yeah. Deck builders, yeah. Save time, I guess. Oh wait, this guy already... Never mind. Weak enemies take double damage from attacks. Ooh. I have weak. Take double damage. Fuck it, that seems pretty good. I don't know what these debuffs do. While the Slithering Strangler is alive at the end of your turn, take 3 damage. I see. Oh, shit, I forgot he does 3 damage. I didn't do that in my calculations, even after just reading it. How does the new game feel? It feels fucking awesome, honestly. Nah, I'll keep the 7 strength. I don't rest. Rest is for bitches. 1 mana is pretty nice, actually. I'll do the 1 mana. It's in early access? Yes, sir. But you can access it. Did I get none of my discard stuff? Wow. That's pretty crazy, actually, that I got none of it. I mean, I guess I should just use a potion, honestly. Put an attack from your draw pile in your hand. At the start of your turn, play the top card of your draw pile. Fuck it, dude. It becomes stunned. Okay. What was that card? Oh, I sucker punched his ass. Rude. Oh, oh, come on. Okay, I didn't think about that. I guess I'll just take the 11 damage. It played my card at the start of the turn, so I can't play anything. Easy. Shut up, Kasha. It's a little bit harder yesterday when my deck sucked. Whenever you play a card, deal 4 damage. That's not very good. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, this card's too good. Okay. Cost 2 or 0 and gains eternal. At the start of your turn, spend 5 gold. Gain energy extinguishes at the start of Act 3. Oh, I thought I was on Act 3 already. Does this mean that for the rest of the game I have to spend it? I'll just try this one. I don't know how good this is going to feel. We'll try it out. Oh, I saw Cap doing this, actually. We're going to go through all the elites because I'm fucking strong. Look at this drawing. Epic. Oh, I shouldn't have hit that. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't matter. I have to hit it anyway. Dude, this strike thing for 0 is sick. Fuck. Draw 3 cards, discard 1 card. That seems pretty good, actually. For my dick. Oh, I'm already there. Attacks are fully blocked, it becomes stunned. I should have killed this one. Probably do this. Whenever you play a card, gain 1 block. Apply 7 poison. Gain 1 block. That's kind of good, right? Oh, I should have used this. What am I doing? I took 1 damage for no reason. Noob! Gain 4 block. No. Okay. Ah, it's easy. Retain your hand for 2 turns. Oh. Deal 4 damage twice. This card's really nice, I think. Choose 2. Obtain the chosen cheese. I shall go for the cheese. Increases damage on this card by 2. Increases block gained from this card by 2. The first time you play this card, draw 2 cards. I think tracking being a +2 cards is pretty fucking sick. Dude, I love the enchantments part of this game. I love this. It's so good. Put a card from your discard into your hand and causes 0. Yeah, I'm just fucking owning this guy. Easy game. Apply 3 weak, gain 14 block. Dude, I'm getting some good cards. The start of your turn, draw 1 card and discard 1 card. This seems really good too, though. Apply 3 weak, gain 14 block. I don't have the best block in my deck. This one seems... I think I need this one, actually. Even though I hate passing up the rare card. That's nice, actually. Just bought this game. Nice, dude. Can you play co-op already? Yeah, you can play co-op. I was actually playing with my girlfriend yesterday. It was really fun. When do you feel like we'll get a new Dota patch? Probably not too soon. Maybe like May. Pay 50 gold at the start of next combat. Upgrade your... Okay. I'll do this. We're going through the elite because we're a man. Oh, this thing's an elite? I didn't know that. Just fucking one-shot at that bitch. I mean, this could be really good. I mean, Acrobatics Plus is almost certainly really good. The start of each boss combat. The end of combat, upgrade all card rewards if you took no damage. Oh, that's an interesting one. Put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw pile. Deal 8 damage, deals 4 additional damage for each card discarded this turn. I do have a lot of discard. I think I just take the heal, honestly. Why are there... Wait, what is... Oh, was this a question mark that became a shop? That must be what it was. I see. What did this do? Whenever you play a card, lose 1 strength and 1 dexterity. I see. I love doing 0 damage. Sly, apply 4 poison to all enemies. Honestly, like, I have a lot of discard at this point. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Sly cards. I have a lot of draw, and I have a lot of discards, so... Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered. Okay. Oh, it's innate. I was wondering what the upgrade to that was. I'll probably upgrade this, but... Yeah, I'll upgrade this. I think slimming down the deck could have been good. Meat on the bone and boss heal are maybe a bit redundant. I mean, I don't have much of HP, so... Like, right now I'm going full HP. Maybe it is, though. But I'm also on, like, Ascension 1, so it can't be that bad. I'm just gonna do this. At the end of your turn, take 6 damage. Yeah, sure. Not even fucking close, dog. Easy. Discard your hand. Next turn, attacks deal double damage. Whenever you draw a card this turn, apply 3 poison to all enemies. Damn, that might actually be sick. Deal 10 damage. Dude, honestly, I'm gonna try this one. Add 1 whistle to your deck. Deal 33 damage. Stun the enemy. Wow. Whenever you kill an elite, upgrade 4 random cards. Every 4 cards you play, draw 1 card. Man. Upgrade 4 random cards. Can I see the map? How many elites are there? So I could get a max of 8 upgraded cards from that. These are interesting perks. I'm gonna see how this one feels. Let's see. We'll go this route in the middle. Dude, this deck is OP, man. This deck is OP. I need to play a card first. Wombo combo. Draw cards until you have 7 in hand. Do I really need that? I have so many draw cards. I don't think I need to take that one. Yeah, this is a fun deck. I don't have any block. Kind of sucks. Maybe I should have just played the power, but I don't know. Oh, he summoned a guy too. think he's fucking dead, guys. Get wrecked. Gain 3 dexterity. Piercing Whale is not bad. Sucker Punch Plus is also not bad, but I think I have enough ways to make them weak. I don't need these, I think. Deal 3 damage at the start of your next turn. Return this to your hand. Ah. Interesting. I wonder how this works against, like, vulnerable plus the thing that buffs up against weak enemies. Whenever you deal 2 damage to all enemies. That's, like, so much worse than this poison thing. Dude, this is so... Oh, it's a power. I see. That's why it's so much worse than this. I'm gonna try this out and see if I can just, like, fuck shit up. I'm gonna get rid of... I think just a basic defend. This guy does something to you. I need to kill this guy. I remember this. I think they're all fucking dead, guys. Fucking cool. Deals 16 damage, deals 2 less for each other card in your hand. Draw 1, discard 1. Nah, I don't need any of this. Big fan here. I'm wondering if you ever did a video about game theory. I myself never made a video about game theory, no. What is this? I lose 2 max HP? I guess I should have played this. See ya, nerds. If you draw a skill, gain 3 block. Fine. The first time you play an attack skill and power each turn. Gain... Dude, that seems OP. What? Is this not, like, super OP? I didn't do a video about game theory myself, Tinker, but I watched it. And I think you're talking about the one by Veritasium that talks about game theory. I might have watched it on stream, and you might have seen that. Honestly, I need this to be an extra energy. Enchant an attack with Corrupted. Deal 50% more damage. Choose a card to transform. Deal 50% more damage. I don't want anything to cost me HP. I don't have heal. I guess I'll transform a block. Okay, that's fine. Gain 2 strength. I guess I'm just going to use the 5 regen. I might even just end the game this turn, though, is the problem. Hey, I got my 5 health. I see, Kartoff. That's interesting. Oh, you have to play all 3. I see. This enemy intends to attack for 29 damage. What do you think, BSJ? How's the game? It's fucking awesome, dude. I'm not drawing very well this turn. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I just get a shiv. That sucked, actually. Oh, sick. Oh, I guess I get to draw because of my power thing. That paid off, actually. I'm still going to take damage, but it could have been way worse. I misunderstood the card. The thing is, I don't think I can take 2 of these because I'm like mana starved. I think I can't take anymore. Oh, I can't afford this. I mean, I don't think I want it anyway, actually, now that I read it. Deal 6 damage for each attack already played this turn. I don't think I need any of this. Put an attack from your draw pile into your hand. I think that's not good for my dick either. I'll remove... Honestly, like... I have, like, no ways to gain block. I actually don't think I should be removing my block. I guess I'm just gonna buy a potion. I don't need anything else. Thank you, Makotonitis. Honestly, I might need to upgrade this one because I have like no way to gain block. I've never faced this guy. When test subject C8 would be defeated, it instead revives even stronger. I mean, I'm on the final boss. I guess I should be using this. I don't want to use that actually, right? I mean, I guess I... Oh, that was easy. Wait, what? Wait, what? At the end of every other turn, gains 1 intangible. Oh, it's intangible right now. Well, that's not good. Oh, he actually can't take poison damage either. That's interesting. See ya, nerd. Easy game. What Ascension? I just started, so I think it's 0. Very cool. Apply 6 poison. Deal 6. Add 3 upgraded shivs. Oh. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Okay. What's up, Big Blue? How you doing, man? Hmm. Just got home from work. Nice, nice. Okay, we have to play the new character. At the start of each combat, gain 3 of those. Is that his energy? I'm gonna try this guy. I've never played him. I'll be right back. Okay. Gain 1 card reward and procure 1 random potion. At the start of elite combats, draw 2 additional cards. Remove 2 cards from your deck. What are my special cards? Deal 7 damage. Apply 1 weak, 1 vulnerable. I don't know what the stars do. Gain 2 stars. I guess we'll find out what the stars do. I guess I want to fight elites with this. 1, 2. So elites are this way. I know it's this way. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Huh, this guy's interesting. Gain an additional at the start of your next 3 turns. Huh. Deal 8 damage, gain a thing. Deal 7 damage to all enemies. All enemies lose 1 strength this turn. Deal 6 damage, deals 2 additional damage for all of your cards that have a thing cost. So is this 0 if I upgrade it? No, it's gain 3. Interesting. Now this is an interesting concept. Oh! I meant to look at the upgraded version of it. Fuck. Whatever, I took it. Add a debris into your hand. Ah. I see. Forge. The first time you forge each combat, add Sovereign Blade into your hand. Adds additional damage to Sovereign Blade. Adds additional damage to Sovereign... The first time you forge each combat, add Sovereign Blade into your hand. Adds additional damage to Sovereign Blade. We'll try it out. I see what it's saying. We'll try it out. Deal X damage, or deal 5 damage to a random enemy X times. Oh, it uses all my shit. Interesting. I'm down to try this. Might be good. I've just got a Sovereign Blade. Oh, it doesn't add it back to my hand? Yeah, I understand now. Deal 15 damage. Next turn, gain that. Deal 14 damage to all enemies. I need more cards that give me this, though. I'll try this, but I need to get some cards that pay for it. We're going to go through the elites. I don't care if I die. I already know my run's kind of scuffed. Draw 6 cards. The fuck? I feel like I can't afford any of this. I just have no block. Whoa. Gain 9, but I have to have 5. Wait, does this mean if it says it costs 0? Oh, it does cost 0. Cool. I'll just kill it next turn. Okay, so 0 includes the thing. That's good to know. At the start of each combat, procure a potion-shaped rock. Okay. Gain 13 block, forge 10. Oh! Sovereign Blades deals double damage to enemies this turn. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play for this Sovereign Blade shit, because that's apparently what I'm doing. Oh, I just get this fucking potion? That's so random. Maybe I should have blocked 100% of the damage. Wait, why didn't he deal damage to me? What? Die by my blade. Attacks deal 30% less damage. Every 4 you spend, gain it. Gain 2 energy. I mean, my problem is I have all of these cards. I'm going to do this, but like I need to get cards that generate. I don't know how many cards there are. Upgrade a card. Honestly, I think I just need to upgrade this. What does this upgrade to? 18 damage. What does this upgrade to? 7, maybe? Yeah. Honestly, I'm just going to upgrade Venerate for now. So, sure. Hey, Ponch Man, what's up, dude? Saw a guy playing with the blade. Yeah. I mean, this class is completely new to me, so I've learned with these things, you just kind of got to feel it out. It's the same as Dota, you know? Just got to feel it out. I already kind of botched this run, though, because I took cards I accidentally took a card I didn't want. What is this upgrade to? 11 damage? It's not even good. This one could be good if I upgrade it. Honestly, like, the Bulwark thing's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll just upgrade the Bulwark. I am not gonna fucking heal on my first act. Like, that's just not happening. This guy needs to die. I'll do this. Because he makes my attacks do less damage. Oh, I need to use all 3 attacks. I'll just use this. This is what sucks. I have things that all cost something and I can't use them. This, like, really sucks. You play 5 or more cards, draw 1 card at the start of your next turn. Whenever you spend... That's interesting. Deal 6 damage 3 times. I'm going to try this one. I mean, I feel like my deck's kind of already scuffed. I'm not going to go through the elites. I'm not strong enough, I don't think. Dude, I don't even know, man. I guess I'm going to take Child of the Star. I feel like my deck just sucks. Kind of funny. Oh, wait, I had this! I took 1 damage for no reason. Deal 6 damage. Every 3 skills you play in a turn, put this into your hand. Every 4 you spend, gain 1. Forge. 6. Skills. How many skills do I even have? The Bulwark card seems really good. I'll try this. I mean, I'm just trying right now because it seems like I'm kind of botched anyway. At the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies and increase this damage by 5. No, thank you. Gain this, draw 2 cards. Probably need that. If this kills an enemy, gained that. Huh. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, The first time you exhaust a skill, no. I'm gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna get rid of a card. I think I just get rid of a standard block because I have the block card. And this is worth considering, but I'll pass. Oh, my camera's blocking the view of the enemies? Sure. Let me actually do this. Duplicate, slay the Spire. Okay, what? Delay. Okay, now I'll move it. Where's the right place? Over here, maybe? Let me see a combat. I mean, do I just YOLO it? Fuck it. I feel like I'm gonna die here, and that's okay. This seems like a good place over here. Am I at the boss right now? I am. He intends to debuff me. I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to do this. Am I dead? I mean, if I manage to live, that's like a miracle. I'm weakened. Okay, this card sucks, by the way. I need to save it until I get the vulnerable, and then I just, like, one-shot him, right? Where's my vulnerable thing? Am I just dead? I'm just dead, huh? Oh wait, no, I'm not dead. Holy shit. I mean, I guess I just do this. I'm not gonna be weakened next turn. Not even fucking close, boys. Not even fucking close. Not even close. At the end of combat, gain 30 gold. Deal 7 damage to all enemies 7 times. Next turn, put 2 cards from your draw pile into your hand. Yeah, we'll definitely do co-op at some point. Definitely. I mean, I'm already owning. Why not just take the gold thing? Replace the Act 2 map with a single special path. I mean, you gotta do that. I don't know what that means, but you gotta try it. I just realized I just played 2 skills, so I should have played this first. But whatever. I needed one of the... Oh, I could have fucking... I could have potion-shaped rocked his ass. Gain 10 block, gain that. Whenever you spend... Gain 17 blocked attack damage is reflected to your attacker this turn. Blocked attack damage is reflected. We're going to do the thing that gives us this, because we're starved right now. Add Clumsy to your deck. Obtain a random relic. There's no shop. There's one shop that I can remove that in. I'll just do this. Next upcoming Dota tournament should be PGL Wallachia, which is happening right now. I'll just throw this. What the fuck is that? Ow. Does he lose his block? He does not. Huh. I mean, I could have used the other that way earlier, I guess. Taking a lot of damage. Dude, I feel like my deck sucks. Oh, I stunned him. Nice. I just need the Sovereign Blade. There we go. Gain 13 block. Next turn, gain 6. Whatever you spend... We'll try it. I feel like I'm just experimenting at the point. This deck sucks. 35 gold. That's it. 4. I need some like draw cards. I do need some draw for sure. I'll do this because I use it a bunch. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm taking damage for no reason. I feel like I'm kind of tuned out right now. Oh, I should have played that. What am I doing? Okay, okay. Let's focus up. I feel like I'm being, like, emo about my deck, because it sucks, but it does. Fine. This card seems really good, the one that gives me armor based on it. Okay, honestly, my deck's not that bad. Gain, next turn gain. Okay. Let's upgrade this card. How much? What does this upgrade to? 4, that's it? We'll upgrade this. Kind of just running with it right now. Give potion-shaped rock. Give blood vial. Every time you play 3 skills. Okay. Whenever you enter rest. Okay. Can't really afford to lose HP right now. Okay. Oh, shit. What? Why are these so cheap? What? Oh, they're all like shitty versions? That's funny. Sure. That's funny. I've never seen that. Um... Okay, I've got 2 elite fights coming up. We'll do this. We'll do this, and we'll do this. And we'll get rid of, Honestly, I feel like I get rid of this, but it's kind of saving me, actually, with this power. Where's the thing? Oh, it's a power. Whenever you spend, gain 3. I feel like it's kind of saving me, actually. I'm getting rid of... I mean, I guess this is better than these. I'll get rid of these. I know I just, like, upgraded them or whatever, but... still worth getting rid of one, I think. Whenever this enemy is hit by an attack... Okay. Can I just, like, one-shot this guy? I'm just gonna do this. Oh, now I draw this. Very good. Oh. Whoa. Okay. I don't even know if that's worth it. Fuck it. Fucking gave me like a bajillion dazed. That's pretty funny. I guess that's actually probably better than 15 damage. Oh, that's nice. Deal a whenever you attack an enemy, it loses 1 strength. That's terrible, at least with my deck. I'm going to take this as well, and I'm going to start getting rid of defense. I mean... I kind of, like, don't want to rest. Is it 7 cards? 9 cards! Guys, it upgrades from 6 to 9. I'm gonna rest. I should have played this first. What are they doing to me that was... Okay, that card's actually kind of good. I'm gonna get rid of this, actually. Deal 15 damage. Next turn. I'm gonna take another hidden cache. And I'm gonna upgrade this thing. This is like my wombo combo. Whoa, what's going on here? I see. Oh, I see. What is this? Okay. What's going on? 33 damage when I'm facing it? Uh-oh. Am I just fucking dead? Okay. I'm not dead. The fuck? Ow. What? He gains attack, like he gains a block when the other guy dies or something? Look at this fucking guy in the back. I didn't even notice him. Boink. Easy clap. This is the most controversial character? What does that mean? What's controversial? Draw 3 cards, choose a skill in your hand, and play it 3 times. Oh. Next turn, put 2 cards from your draw pile into your hand. Next turn, put 2 cards from your draw pile into your hand. I'm going to go for this one. Create an ethereal copy of the first attack you play each turn. Dude, I feel like all of these suck. I'll do this one, though. Because I'm not sure how it goes. I have things that buff me against elites a lot. 2 strength and 2 extra cards. So I guess I'm going to the right. Is that the only place to get elites? Wow. I guess I'm going to the... I can go through the middle. Guess I'll... Do I hit a shop over there? No. I want to go to this shop here. That sucks. Music box sounds insane. What was the music box? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's true. I was trying to get to the thing that gives me gold, but... Oh, shit! Oh, I just took fucking damage for no reason. Oh, well. Give me the gold thing at least, so I don't feel stupid. Thank you. Yeah, we'll go for the refined blade, I think. Oh god, these guys are terrifying. I should have killed the high HP guy, I guess. Kind of going fast here. Haven't been able to use this yet. Devastate. Deal 17 damage. Choose a colorless card in your hand. Add a copy of that card into your hand. What? Huh. There must be some synergy that I don't know about. Deal 30 damage. I feel like I can't afford that. Oh, I see. Eh. At the start of your third turn, 50% discount. Gain 20% additional gold. I mean, this is like my last shop, so like, what's the point in doing that? Apply 1 week, apply 1 vulnerable. You have no attacks in hand, draw 2 cards. Do I have any expensive attack? Oh, but the Sovereign Blade thing de-synergizes with that. I guess I just take this one? Unless there's something to remove? Oh, wait, no, I can't remove that. I guess I just take the Sovereign Blade. Or this thing. I do have to prepare for my coaching session in like 20 minutes, so. Careful not to get locked out of the game. The epochs have been bugging out. Click them slow. What do you mean locked out of the game? Guess I attack. Ah, I see. Good to know. I literally can't block from this, huh? That was such a shitty draw. That was such a shitty draw. I should be doing this. I hope I didn't fuck myself. Did I actually fuck myself? I did. Okay, phew! Jesus. Sometimes you just get lazy. Block attack damage is reflected. No. I'm not gonna do that yet. That's a lot of shit. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, no, that's something different. That card's cool. I shouldn't have played all that. I'm not thinking. I mean, I should just be using this, I think. That thing sucks, dude. I don't have any block. Dude, some turns I just draw 0 block. I mean, I should have just played this, but I shall hit it. $21. Deals 3 additional damage for all of your cards that have a cost. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this deals 18 damage. And I guess this probably counts, so it's 21 damage. Fuck it. A lot of damage. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Good evening, sir. In your opinion, do you think a hard 50-50 win-loss is built into matchmaking? I personally believe that it is not. That the entire point of matchmaking is to give you a 50-50 win rate unless you're significantly improving. When you have no cards in your hand, draw. Okay. Generally speaking, I think the system is successful if you're winning 50% of your games. Oh, I should have fucking done this. Dude, I'm so bad. 26 damage. Holy fuck. Your upgrades are no more. All your cards are downgraded. The fuck? Draw one card at the start of your next 3 turns. Draw one additional card. Okay. End your turn. The first 2 cards you play each turn are free. That sounds pretty cool. I feel like I need this, though. I ain't no bitch. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to upgrade. Yeah, we'll do this. 25 damage. Why do I have 6? Oh, because I'm in an elite battle. Oh, wait, I should have just played the hidden cache, not the venerates. What the fuck? $40? Dude, why is he giving me so many of those? And then I can't draw. $45 damage. I'm almost dead. I'm literally almost dead. I have 30 damage. Oh! Dude, I almost fucking died to this guy. Oh. Dude, I'm at 4 HP. I'm just fucking dead, dude. I'm literally just fucking dead. I can do 49 damage. This does... Wait, what? Oh, God. What is this shit, dude? Ooh, man. Gain 9 block, put a card from your discard pile. Whenever you play Sovereign Blade, gain 6 block. Choose 2 cards in your draw pile to transform into minion strikes. That doesn't seem very good. No. Hi, is BSJ streaming this game to lure more viewers in? That's an interesting question. I can't imagine why I would stream this game. I mean, my main thought was that I enjoyed playing the game, but that's an interesting question. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom. I do have a coaching session starting in about 10 minutes, and I do need to kind of get ready for it. So we're done with Slay for now. I'm a mastermind luring you guys to watch me play Slay the Spire. Okay, guys, I am going to end Slay the Spire there. Madness. BSJ is deceitful and wants to lure viewers in before getting them hooked on Dota 2 coaching. Damn it, they're on to me, man. Fucking on to me, man. Okay, we got ourselves a coaching session today. So what's the deal? We got a VIP session that is booked for this person. Let's see what they got. We have an 800 MMR carry player. 800 MMR. Need to change the game to Dota on Twitch. When is the next viewer in-house game, please? Right now I'm not doing viewer in-game houses, but I do or in-houses, but I am doing educational Smurf every 2 weeks. So you can be sure to check that out in the Discord server if you want to maybe get into one of those. Let's check out my thing. Can you guys see this? You can't, probably. Oh, you can. Luna Pog. I gained 153 Pog. Oh, with Luna specifically, right? Featured role is safe lane, 4-3 on Muerta, 5-0 on Luna, 3-0 on Sniper. Omega Pog. Overall win rate. That's a whole lot of nothing. Accomplished in the last 3 months. Whole lot of nothing. Dire win rate is 53% and Radiant is 46%. Max hero damage, max healing, max GPM, max experience Pog. Max D wards. Interesting. My win rate in the offlane is 42%. My win rate on win rate on support is 20%. That's a yikes. My safe lane win percentage 57%. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Dude, I played so few games the last few months. I've been so busy. It's crazy. This was Deadlock, right? Yeah, this is when I was playing Deadlock. Dude, I played so few games. 280. I do want to play more, though. Okay. So we gotta find... Oh, wait, it's this person. To find them. What are your thoughts on Deadlock? I mean, yeah, they're making some really cool updates. I just don't have time to play. I don't really have interest in playing, but I have been following it and it seems pretty cool. Oh, Excalibur rated. I missed that. Thank you, sir. I'm sure he's far gone by now, but let's check it out. Main struggles this person's struggling with is early game laning. Sometimes I feel like I stomp lane, other times I get crushed, and I don't know why. Also, laning for me goes far beyond 5 minutes. I feel like I'm stuck in lane for 15 to 20 minutes and barely clear jungle camps. I feel like my ramp to mid game is way too slow. Mid game is somewhat okay, but my objective and decision making I get very lost. Oh, he's only been playing for 1 to 3 years. Okay. What is my teammates' impact on my game so I can better address where I'm personally weak and holding teams back? I want to find my big areas that I need to work on. Sure, that works. I am ready to start if you are, sir. Okay. Let's get it going. Hello?
Hey, good morning.
How's it going?
Good, and yourself?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. Welcome.
Yeah.
So I was reading over your notes just now, for the session today. And looks like you're an 800 MMR carry player. You've only been playing for about 1 to 3 years, so that's not very long, at least in Dota age.
Yeah. I mean, it's been on and off. I mean, I played since my account since 2014, but I only really started taking it seriously more recently.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you took like a pretty long break in there, or you were playing like super sporadically, or?
Super casually. I mean, I was really young. I was just playing mainly arcade stuff with my uncle for a long time, and now I'm just getting into the game and actually wanting to, learn how to play. So life
Gotcha.
circumstances changed for me, and I can't commit as much time to my other game of choice. So,
What's your other game?
I was top 200 in World of Warcraft.
Oh, cool.
So I was super big into like PvE and raiding and stuff like that.
Ah,
And just recently found out that my wife is pregnant, so changing over now to playing something that doesn't require me to spend 80 to 90 hours a week grinding.
fair enough. Fair enough. Some Dota players would beg to differ, but definitely not a requirement.
Yeah, I'm not looking to push Immortal. I want to be decent, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Well, congratulations on the kid on the way. Um, yeah, no, I mean, I get it. So what would you? I mean, I got some of your goals like from your like previous questions you answered at the start, but like, what would a successful like session look like for you today? Then, because it says you play about 10 to 20 hours a week. Like, what can I send you off with to make your time like more valuable playing this game?
The biggest thing I want is a bit of direction during the game. I feel kind of like I'm running around randomly. In some games, I feel like I'm farming for 40 minutes and then the game just ends. And I'm not really impactful. Other games, I feel like I just feed, trying to be involved in team fights too early. And then some games, magically, I'd go, 35-2, and I'm godlike the whole game. And I don't really understand why. So starting from laning phase, some lanes I feel like I just get crushed. Mid game, I feel like I'm generally farming too much and not involved enough. And then in game, I just feel like team fights are a complete shit show and I have no idea what I'm doing. So just
Okay.
looking for general, I guess. I mean, I know I'm not a great player, so I'm not looking for hyper specific, things. I just want kind of good gameplay mechanics that I can practice as I'm going and then over time continue trying to get better.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean that's a lot about what I try to do in my sessions for sure. Is just give people, yeah, some degree of a direction. It seems clear to me that you just want a general idea of why what's happening in your game is happening and how you potentially influence that. Is that like a good summary of what you said?
Yeah, how I'm fitting into what's happening in the game and how I can better impact the game.
Gotcha. If you could give me like a short description of what do you think it means to be like a carry player, like what's your role in the game? In your own words, there's no like right answer here.
Generally, I would say I'm playing for an inevitable end game where I'm supposed to be stronger than the enemy team. You know, if I can 1v5 is amazing, but generally just better or stronger than the enemy carry so I can help win team fights late game. I'm not usually as impactful early on. Mid game you kind of get involved, and then end game you're just with your team trying to push.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Cool. So you've sent me your replay. I'm going to share my screen with you. I don't have any more questions for now. Let's load it up. Do you have like a particular hero pool you like to play?
I've been playing a lot of Spectre, but usually it's either like Spectre, AM, Luna, have kind of been the main ones that I've been playing a lot of.
Spectre, AM, Luna.
That's the other thing is I don't really know. Like I watch a lot of your meta videos and stuff and kind of what to play, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get into it this coaching session. I'm sure it's a little more specific, but it's like why some things are good versus, you know, if I should have a little more of a diverse hero pool for the meta that we're currently playing, or just for general mechanics, if there's something I should be doing. So I mean, that's the other thing. If there's other heroes I should play, you know, or something to branch out with, let me know.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll give like a quick, maybe a minute or two answer to that question. So, you know, the big thing about Dota is that every hero has its own quirks, but there's also some degree of like overlap between every hero. And every hero almost have its. I know like the word unique is not really like you can be very unique or a little bit unique, but there is some degree of like every hero has their own like rating of like how much nuance they have. So like for Spectre, for instance, her positioning on the map plays out like way differently than almost any other carry in the game because she can be anywhere, right? She's global. So in terms of like fighting and setting yourself up on the map, Spectre's not very good at teaching you that because the way that she's positioned on the map very rarely applies to like most other carries in the game. So like if I'm looking at, you know, what are you trying to learn? Are these heroes that you really enjoy playing, or are they heroes you just kind of stumbled upon? Like, you know, do you want me to potentially help drive your hero pool, or are these heroes you really want to stick with? Like what is it about these heroes that you chose? Just so I have a good grasp of like how to guide today.
Yeah, Luna, I feel like is a good hero in general for, like you said, kind of positioning mechanics. I like having a mix of, or I would like to have a mix of ranged and melee heroes because I know their positioning in team fights is different as well. So again, just trying to build a good baseline set of skills more than really focusing on a hero pool.
Gotcha.
Spectre to me was something I literally went to the Dota 2 Pro Tracker. Saw Spectre had a high win rate, started playing her just to see like what I could do, and I've definitely found it easier generally to do or to play Spectre, sorry, just because there's a lot less, like you said, positional awareness that I need to have. I can kind of be anywhere at any time. And, you know, there's a couple of games, I was deciding for replays, but there were a couple of games where, you know, I'd be split pushing the enemy base. They would TP back, and then I'd be able to, you know, haunt out to my enemy or my base or something like that without even really getting punished for it, you know, so that I'm able to play a lot more aggressive or stupid, I feel like, than normal. And so I don't think Spectre's necessarily helping me learn those mechanics as much as I wish I could.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, for me, I obviously have personal, like every player in Dota has like their personal biases towards heroes they like and heroes they don't like. Like as like a coach, I fundamentally believe that the majority of roles, not just carry, but like most notably on carry, the way to gain MMR is to understand map movements and farming. So a lot of that has to do with how you push waves efficiently, how you connect to your team when relevant, and how you play alone when relevant. And for me, Spectre teaches very little about any of these things
Okay.
because she doesn't clear waves and she pretty much wants to play alone the majority of the game. There's no like real nuance to her playing with her team or not. And then yeah, she's just like a very defensive hero that doesn't apply much pressure until like way later in the game. So she is like a very like useless hero for the most part early game, and then becomes like a monster later. So it's not that I think like I don't want to tell you not to play her. It's just like my bias is like if you're telling me your goal is to learn a bunch of like general skills, I wouldn't really recommend Spectre as like a long-term growth type of hero.
I mean, that's ultimately my goal is I want to get better just generally with carry mechanics so I can be better for regardless what hero I'm playing, I can, just be better in the role. So Spectre's not that I'm happy to play anything else, and then recommendations is awesome.
Okay. Sweet. So real quick, we got our time today, and the goal of this whole VIP thing is that you can get something out of today and then you can roll with it for like week or 2 or 3 or whatever, and then you can send me a replay later to see like how it's going, so there's like a bit of a checkup period later if you wish to use that. My point is like with that in mind, do we want to go over this Spectre replay specifically? I'm happy to spend like 10-15 minutes right now just kind of recommending heroes to you, and then if you have an Anti-Mage or Luna game, I think it might be better for discussing this stuff. I'm still happy to review this game. I'm just saying I want to make sure you get what you're asking for. So,
yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I have a Drow game at least. I don't know how much better of a replay it is. I mean, it was 47-45. We ended up winning, so I can give you that one.
Yeah, Drow would be fine. Drow would be fine. Like literally, I hate to say it, but like Spectre is just very unique to Spectre, and I won't learn much about your map awareness if I watch you play Spectre. Basically, that's my main. It pretty much could be any hero. I just used Yetsen 3, so I gave you the other 2 options.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna talk about direction for a second. So for me, like talking about direction in the game at a fundamental level, heroes that make it easier. Let me just so let's talk about this. Directions for the game. So what I believe really matters is lane pressure, objective pressure, meaning like threatening towers, Roche, Tormentor. Potentially, more the merrier. Doesn't have to do all of them. Lane pressure, objective pressure, and you don't carry games by killing people. You carry games by not dying. So carry games by not dying. So focusing on forms of survivability. So I think a lot of the ways to learn how to like scale as a carry is how does your carry hero become harder to kill, and how does that match up against the heroes you're picking it into, basically. So like for Drow, it's like her shard helps a lot by standing in place. She has Hurricane Pike to disengage, but generally she will be squishier if she's if they have a lot of gap close. And Drow's much more of her items will position her to not get hit. So whether that's like Lincoln Sphere, Manta, Hurricane Pike, Shadow Blade, I'm just giving examples here in terms of what I'm thinking. But I
mean, certainly the not dying thing is a challenge for me. I notice that I generally overextend and I don't have a good idea without having perfect vision. I don't have a good mental model of where the enemy team could potentially be. So I generally will overextend and get myself killed solo or be in the middle of a team fight instead of on the edge, or, weird positioning stuff.
Okay, I got you. So Drow, the issue with Drow there is I think Drow on a scale of 1 to 10 of difficulty when it comes to positioning is like a 9 or a 10. Like her positioning is super important and very nuanced. It's like her kit's pretty straightforward, right? Like in terms of the buttons she has to press, but in terms of positioning on the map and positioning in fights and and all that, she can be a very difficult hero to play. So just before I do want to watch this replay. I think it's relevant and we'll still learn some valuable stuff. It's not like we can't. But in terms of recommendations, here's my thoughts based on what you've told me so far. And it also fits like the recommendations I would generally have anyways. If we're talking about heroes that have pretty good win rates at the around your bracket of MMR, that clear waves, take objectives, are survivable. The first two that come to mind are Wraith King and Juggernaut. Wraith King with the Bone Guard facet, the skeletons, and Juggernaut with the Blade Form facet. Juggernaut's been nerfed a decent amount recently, but they both have very straightforward like item builds where Wraith King goes like Radiance into I guess after Radiance is not exactly straightforward, but you can kind of come up with a build. Basically, I can give you a build if you want me to give you one. But it's also something you could probably find if you wanted to like study a replay or two. So I see like Wraith King and Jug, and Jug goes like Battle Fury Manta, and then usually like Ag Swift Blink and Butterfly. Maybe not in that particular order. But both these heroes have pretty straightforward builds, and they both have a really reliable survivability mechanic. They both have built-in sustain, which is really nice. Makes your life easier when you're jungling and when you're playing the map and you accidentally take 500 damage from some random source. A hero like Drow would have to go base, while a hero like Jug pops Healing Ward, and a hero like Wraith King just gets creeps. Another option for like a melee / pseudo ranged is is DK. He's a nice hero with a corrosive facet for he's a melee laner, so he might give you a bit of leeway there, but then in team fights he's more of a ranged guy later on, which is maybe a nice hybrid for you. And
That's
then
interesting. I've actually never considered DK a carry ever. I've only ever seen him offlane in Herald.
Yeah, he's only really become a carry in the last like year and a half or so. And I've always tried to say that the meta generally trickles down. Like, it takes a few months to get to 8K and a few months to go down to 6K. And usually there's like a rolling wave of meta. And so usually when I go back into Herald, I'll see like a meta from like 2 or 3 years ago. That's like what I'll see.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not like always the case, but it's like something that's not uncommon. So like DK with the corrosive, the build is to go Treads, Mask of Madness, Armlet. And then usually from there, people go their final item build is to go Blink Dagger, BKB, Satanic Daedalus. Basically, that's like the way the hero builds. And the main thing about him, if you're gonna pick him, is to pop his ulti off cooldown in order to farm. His ulti is what gives him farm potential. So don't think of it as like a fighting tool. Like later on in the game, it's a fighting tool, but early and mid game, it's just purely for farm. That's like how the hero accelerates into the game. So those are options in terms of survivable ranged heroes that could be useful. Wind Ranger's nice in the current meta, because the Wind Run will give you a bit more leeway to not die. You could choose a hero like Weaver if that resonates with you better. The other option is to go either Luna or Medusa, where their survivability in the game comes from Manta, like meaning you Manta to clear creep waves and your hero doesn't have to show very often. That makes it a little bit more straightforward, but heroes that either don't have a get out of jail free card or naturally can't clear waves with illusions, they will be harder to play, right? Conceptually, when it comes to like positioning and dying. So
I guess I would prefer something that is harder to learn initially, because I think it'd be easier to take steps back rather than trying to progressively get harder. So I guess since I'm already at Herald, I'm not worried about losing MMR necessarily, right? I'm not up very high.
Yeah.
So I'd rather start with something more difficult, learn good mechanics there, and then be able to carry that to whoever I play.
Okay, so you'd rather have heroes that are hard to position with, is what you're saying?
Yes. I guess trial by fire in a way.
Okay. If that's the approach you'd rather take, then I think Drow's a great one. If we're talking about melee heroes that have less leeway, then I would say something like, let me think. Positioning and get. I mean, a lot of melee heroes have a lot of built-in survivability. I do think Ursa is really important to learn how to position with. He does have a get out of jail free card, but it's not. He's kind of useless if he has to use it, basically.
Okay.
Maybe a hero like Bloodseeker. Positioning is more important on him.
One melee hero I've always wanted to learn how to play is Slark. I see him dominate a lot of games, and I've never actually been able to figure out how to use him.
Okay, I mean, I did just recently show a pub of mine on YouTube about Slark. He's my favorite hero. I could talk about Slark for days.
Okay.
He's my he's my most played. I have like 900 games of Slark.
Wow, holy crap.
Yeah, I love my boy Slark. But yeah, I mean, I could talk about Slark for sure. He's a very different hero. In regards to most carries farm in order to win the game. Slark generally puts a lot of pressure and gank threat on in order to win the game. So he's quite different in that way. But, I mean, every carry has their nuances. Right. I guess my main thing is understanding what you want out of this. So you're getting a direction in the game. You're a trial by fire kind of guy. And your focus is having a little bit of chaos on the map and positioning stuff. Is that all correct?
Yeah, I think generally. And then, yeah, the direction in the game kind of just through all stages of the game, knowing when I should be connecting with the team or kind of what to do.
Okay. So then I'm not as, like, at the end of the day, I think that I've given my recommendations for certain things. I just recommend, like, make your choice based on that. I don't think there's a wrong choice. Whatever heroes resonate with you. And you can always ask me questions if like you want to know more about the decision you're making. But other than that, let's spend the rest of this time kind of creating an outline for the game by watching what you're doing on this Drow game. Does that sound good to you?
Okay. Yeah, sounds great.
Cool. Okay. I need to turn the volume down here. That was...
At least from what you said, I think Drow, Luna, and then probably doing like Juggernaut and... Because Jug seems like a fun hero to play as well, and generally one that I either see go really good or really bad.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
For sure. He's definitely can be quite over or underwhelming here. Okay. Okay. Mechanics seem overall decent in lane. Like, they're better than I would have expected.
That's at least encouraging to hear.
Yeah. I say that not because I thought you were trash. I just, this doesn't really look like Herald mechanics. Or, Crusader, or Guardian, or whatever the exact... 800 MMR, I'll just say. Because I don't know my badges very well.
When I've floated, like, I've fluked my way all the way to like 1100 MMR, but I generally average around 800, 850.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, my biggest mechanical red flag so far is like 6 CS missed in a row under tower here. 1, 2, 3,
yeah, I
4,
don't
5.
know. So
yeah,
range creeps, I know it's 3 tower shots and an auto. Melee creeps, I do not know how to reliably farm melee creeps under tower.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a like super stressful situation compared to like average, because sometimes you'll have like 1 creep walk into tower and you have to like time it with the tower. In this case, you have 3 creeps hitting this one, 1 creep hitting this one, and 7 enemy creeps. So like there's just like this creep's dying at the same time as this one. Like a scale of like stressful levels of missing creeps, like this is a pretty high one. I honestly think the biggest thing you can do for something like this, I don't think it's good for, like, with a player like you who's gamed so much, and I feel like there's decent instinct from what I'm watching so far. I would just literally train CSing under tower, where the goal of it is to just get I'm just going to quickly show you, is to just get a feel for it. Like, we're not trying to analyze it. We're just trying to get a feel for it. So... the way that we can do this is to, basically, it's not ideal. I mean, honestly, if I'm giving a recommendation about maximizing time, do you have a friend that you can lane against? Like,
Um,
like 1v1?
unfortunately, no.
Okay. That's something I am trying to create in my server. And maybe there's somebody that we can connect you with. But like for me, this isn't helping at all. I'm thinking about how I would actually get you to practice CSing under tower. I'm not going to spend your session time on this right now because I actually don't. I thought I had something, and then when I loaded in, I'm like, I don't have a way to do this.
Sure. I mean, is there a way to spawn only like dire creeps or something in a training session? And then I could just let them slam into tower and
yeah,
I can
not that
practice
I
that
know
way?
of. Not that I know of.
Okay.
I don't want to say it's not possible. Not that I know of. And I don't want to spend your time trying to figure it out. So, I'll look. I honestly, I'll look into that. Let me take a note of this. I'm just gonna put it in our chat. Look into how to train under tower. Yeah, that should be a pretty simple mechanic to train in theory, but yeah, I mean, other than that, like your positioning in lane and your harass mixed with CSing, it's not remarkable, but it's definitely not what's keeping you at 800 MMR.
Okay.
So let's see here. Right here, okay. Okay. So a general rule of thumb when it comes to positioning is I want you to think of if you're in WoW, and I mean this is a completely unnecessary, and I may sound stupid to you because you've played a bajillion more hours of WoW than I have. I want you to think of your creeps as your tanks, and however many creeps you have is generally how survivable you will be. So if I have one creep like this and they pulled and it's over here, I want you to think that you're like super exposed right now because there's just no creeps. So like this positioning means however many creeps are between you and them is danger. And so your hero is basically saying, I'm so fucking strong right now that I can walk in front of creeps. Like you are declaring that, and I just want you to be consciously aware that the number of creeps significantly impacts your survivability. So I would see the pull over here, and I'd be like, oh, I have to like walk super cautiously like this and try to like snipe the enemy creeps over here. That's how I would want you to approach this situation. Is there any questions about that?
No, it makes sense. So I'm just positioning too aggressive rather than trying to go be more defensive and play for farm.
Yeah. The thing is, you've been doing this all lane, but there's been creeps. That's the difference I want you to notice. Like, you've been hitting them, you've been aggressive. I don't want you to not do that anymore. It's just creeps plus your ally hero, basically. Plus ally hero. So what I'm trying to tell you is right now you've got a decent sense for I'm hitting them, then I'm CSing. Like you're not like super focused on CSing or way over focused on hitting them. But what we want you to train is how many creeps are around me and where's my 5. These are things you want to train separately. Like don't try to do it all at once. I would start with the creeps. I would just start with the creeps. How many creeps are around me and how does that play into me dying or not? And that's just like a awareness over time thing that will trickle you in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, trying to play around teammates at this MMR is really hard because it's super variable what you get. I feel like 9 games out of 10, you get someone that's just griefing their ass off and has no interest in playing the game at all. And then other games, you have people that they feel unbelievable and lanes go extremely easy and you just stomp. So
yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot about the lower MMR you go, but honestly, it still applies in my games. It's a lot about just observing our teammates and having like virtually no expectations of them. So for me, when I'm talking about like playing with your teammate, it's more like observing where they are rather than thinking about how useful they are or anything like that. Because the usefulness and what you said is absolutely true, where there's super high variance about like sometimes it just clicks, sometimes it feels like this person's like owning and carrying the lane, and sometimes they feel completely useless. So when I was talking about the 5, I just want to emphasize the difference I make here is that just where is he? That's like the main question I have. And if he's near you, it'll generally be safer. Like right now you have no 5, so I would back off. But you probably backed off like 3 seconds later than I would have there. Just because your 5's not there, basically. So combination of how far up is the lane and where's my 5 and how many creeps do I have, basically.
Okay.
So positioning, I'm just gonna put this here. Positioning in lane. How far up is the lane? How many creeps do I have? And how close is my 5? I would say those are the 3 dominant factors for me being like, oh, I'm a little nervous by your positioning. Those are the 3 core factors. Because, like, just to rewind to show you what I mean, because I'm maybe you saw it, but this is a moment where our creeps are dying. So, like, right now we have 3, not bad. But now it's going to be 1. Creeps are dying. 5 is over here. And the lane's all the way at their tower. So, like, I would already be gone right now. But you walk up here, that scares me. Like, that really scares me that you're showing yourself in vision.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize this in the game either, but bottom lane's completely missing. So, I mean, I could have 4 heroes running at me at that time.
Yeah, I think that being aware of what the other lanes are doing, that's even tough for me if the lane's, like, pretty positioning based. So, it's definitely important, and I don't want to say don't worry about that. But just make sure you don't get too focused on that before you feel like you've mastered what's happening in your lane. I'd rather you be like fucking dialed in, laser focused on where you need to position in your lane and like randomly fucking die to a gank than feel like you need to worry about that while also not having your laning positioning on point. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Just order of operations here. Both things are important for sure though. Okay. It looks like you might have messed up here a little bit by having the belt of strength get delivered to you and then turn into your treads, because I think you wanted it to go into your... If that ever happens, you can lock the belt of strength. I don't know if you knew that, but maybe that was a misclick in the first place, because generally you want your treads to be finished first. Like this, just making sure we're on the same page. Like, this is not ideal. You'd rather have...
this is 100% a misclick, and
Okay.
I just didn't realize it until late.
Okay.
That is one issue that I've had generally is I have my quick buy on the other corner, so I actually might change it so my minimap's on the bottom left. I misclick a lot on the shop, unfortunately, where like as I'm trying to like orb walk or whatever, I'm clicking on the shop and buying items I don't mean to. So I've sometimes bought a recipe and then it just sits on my courier forever because I don't catch the quick sell window.
I see. Yeah, I mean, that's up to you if it's worth moving it over. I could see, like, I sometimes misclick the minimap, but it's very rare. Just over time, you know, it happens sometimes, but not often. Worth considering to change that. Because I've told people that there is so much MMR that people are missing just purely based on shopping. It seems so trivial, but like honestly, just not having your treads complete is going to significantly hamper your farm speed. And then buying the strength treads and then having to go back for another belt of strength. Like, this stuff adds up a lot, and it's pretty easily fixable if given the proper attention. I would say.
Yeah, and this one's definitely an anomaly. It was a misclick, not a general practice thing.
Yeah.
I normally go like wand into treads and from
Oh,
there.
I believe you. Based on what you've told me, I believe that your fundamentals of what you know you're supposed to do are probably pretty good. We just need to get it happening as like close to 100% as possible. So what I'm seeing with your treads is if you want to be on strength treads while you're laning, that's fine. Okay. I see what's happening here. I ignore treads for now. I'm going to show you what you're going for.
Okay.
Is this a good game? One of my recent games, I'm just going to show you. Let's see what we got. I mean, this game was like a stomp at the laning stage. All we care about is the laning phase. So. Okay. So the core principle of the lane is that once we get to 5 minutes, you know, in your thing, you specifically mentioned 5 minutes. So maybe you've like watched my videos and heard me talk about this. The thing about the 5-minute mark is it's really important, if possible, if we're like, if I'm SF, I have Falcon Blade, but if I'm a carry that predominantly right clicks, meaning the way that I push creeps is to right click. So Drow fits that description. But like SF pushes creeps a lot with raises and stuff. Our goal is to do basically be able to get to the small camp by 5 minutes. So this lane was like pretty contested, but watch how much we're going to. Okay, this is a horrible example for you. 1 second. Okay. Let me find it. This is a horrible example. Let me see. Maybe this is the wrong.
I think I know what you're getting at, though, because that's one thing that I do struggle with is I feel like I think this is in the notes, but I feel like I get locked into my lane. I'm either pushed out of my lane because I'm dying, or I'm locked into CSing in my lane for the first 15 minutes, and I don't generally get into, you know, the efficiency of farming small camps, you know, farming the medium camp or whatever next to lane, or even going up, you know, here on dire side, going, you know, on the top or on the bottom on radiant, and incorporating that into my farm. I generally just feel like I'm too weak until it almost doesn't matter.
What's keeping you there? Is it literally saying you're too weak, or is there something happening in the game that you're doing or something that's keeping you there?
When I'm on a melee hero, I feel like I can't farm jungle nearly as much. And then when I'm playing someone like Drow, I feel like until I have either the Yasha or, you know, a first item, I'm like too slow to clear the camp to where I feel it's almost inefficient. So when I'm making decisions in game, I feel like I'm just not able to farm the camp quick enough to get back to lane. I like lose half a creep wave or something, and that feels worse.
Okay. So this is something you need to be able to do with no heroes in the lobby, and you'll learn how to do it better over time. So I'm going to spend 5 minutes showing you what I want you to drill out. This is in a demo lobby. I'm just buying the items you started the game with. I'm actually going to accelerate us to like level 4 and treads, because we just like straight rush treads, and we're going to say it's 6 minutes into the game. We'll level up to level 5, and we'll act like this is 6 minutes, okay?
Yeah, I mean, when you
Yep.
don't have drought ulti, it's certainly about the same. Once you have drought ulti, then farm is way easier. So
Yeah, so I'll prevent myself from leveling up here.
okay.
There's some option for this. Here it is. So I'll be level 5, and you can do this too. So I'm gonna spawn neutrals. Where am I? Spawn neutrals. So here's what I want you to be thinking. Let me just play, because I want this to be imagined to be the minute mark starting. Okay, so like it's not the minute mark right now, so I'm gonna wait for that. Okay, like let's just play it out. I'm gonna create an enemy just for the sake of keeping the lane here. Just keeping the lane nearby. Okay. So this guy can go over here. So what I want you to think your objective is this wave is going to meet like this. It's the 5-minute wave. It's the 6-minute wave. And your job is to do this as fast as you can. What I call it is attack the high HP creeps. Yes, the low HP creep. Always attacking, always attacking, always attacking. Like, you know, you can throw some denies in there if you want, but then by this time, well, 1:15 or so, you leave. You pull this. And now what's going to happen is observe this. So while I'm farming this, I want to check what the lane's doing, and I want to be back in time by the time this gets into my tower. That's the timer I have. So I'm like, okay, lane's going to be here. And then I'm looping back into lane right as it's here. Notice this timing. Really nice. So then I get the lane creeps too. And then I'm going to...
Okay.
Whoop, and then I'm going to... Guess what? Repeat it. So then we're up here now. So we have to, like, maybe in this case, we'll have to, like, defensive aggro back to us here. So, like, because the Ricky and Sky would be, like, scary to us. And we can, like, do this and pull the lane creeps away from them to be safer while we do this. You know, you can do this. Like, there's a bunch of maneuvers you can do that make you safer. Oh, that range creep's scary. Just do this. Same thing. And this is what you're trying to do at minute 5. there's nuance to this, but generally speaking, this is what you're trying to create. And then it's this whole thing where it pushes into their tower. You're checking the wave to make sure you finish this right about the same time.
But generally, this is always going to bounce back to me. Then, if I push it quickly, it's going to get to tower, bounce back to me by the time I'm done. By the time I'm done farming the small camp, and then I can come back to lane and get the creep wave then without missing much.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now let's act like the opponent does not push the wave back into you. Like, say your opponent just decides they're going to sit the wave right there. Okay. So we have two options in this case, meaning you didn't push it into tower. The opponent is not pushing the wave into you. They're just staticking the wave, right? That they're just like keeping it up here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have him stand right there. And so like what we can do is two things. We can either, depending on the small camp. So I don't know if you know this, but certain small camps like shred the wave and certain ones like don't do anything. So like this one doesn't do anything. Like if I tried to have this kill my wave, it just does fucking nothing. So this is what I'll do. Okay. I'll kill like 1 or 2 of the creeps. And then I'll do this.
Oh, so you literally pull the medium camp into it as well.
Yeah. And then you farm this. So this is like the wave's just sitting over here, right? Like the opponent's not letting you farm it. Right? And you're just doing this now. And then guess what? Look at the timer. You haven't hit a single lane creep. Like, let's act like this isn't in our tower, right? Like, they're just sitting it up here, you know?
Right.
So, like, if this is the case, I would head back, of course. But, like, in the game, I'm just acting like there's literally no way for you to farm, right? So then, look at the timer. Beautiful, right? It's now 4 minutes. This creep's going to walk out. Beautiful. Both camps respawn. Like, let's just act like this isn't here. Worst case, we're looking around the map right now. We're like, oh, okay, what's happening mid? We're not hitting creeps for a bit. It's fine. Maybe we're getting, like, some XP over here. Like, the lane's up here. We're just, like, chilling right here. Getting some XP. Maybe killing a single creep with this multi-shot or something. And then, what we don't do is get stuck over here. Like, we just have to reset. 420. Oh, time to go again. So, it's just, basically, there's no such thing as a carry not being able to jungle as long as these two camps are here. There's just no such thing.
And you're literally using the creep wave to kill it for the efficiency. Because that's I'll always sit there walking back and forth, you know, auto walk back, and it takes me like 45 seconds to kill the small camp, and that's just horribly inefficient. But if you're using the creep wave to do it, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you go into a demo lobby and just practice that, there's a lot of feeling towards how much damage and how long it takes to kill each small camp. I mean, that's like, I imagine you'll calibrate that really quickly because that's just PvE, like, feel mechanics that you've mastered playing World of Warcraft. And then our goal is just knowing the things that matter here are where's the lane? If the enemy is staticking it, we want to pull as many times as we can, right? Just like pull from camp to camp, you know, utilize my creeps as much as possible. If the enemy is not staticking it and they're pushing the wave back into us, then we want to kill this camp and be at the tower by the time the creep waves get there. That's,
and I guess,
the goal.
Using the medium camp to pull. So if you pull that small camp and you know it's not going to kill the wave, pulling the medium camp on top of it then is, I guess it's doing two things as a benefit. It's improving my farm efficiency because I'm hitting another camp versus standing around, and it's going to help the wave come back to tower because I'm killing more of my own wave, if not the whole wave.
Yeah. And not only is it making you farm faster, but you're also saving HP because the creeps are taking the damage instead of you. But then also, you're denying creeps to the opponent. So there's like 4 benefits, the 2 you listed and those.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why it's so impactful that we can get you, like, when you talk about kind of like being frozen in lane, I think it really does boil down to at like almost having a timer at 5 minutes and saying like, okay, if we rewind, like you've been stuck in lane this whole time, right? Is what you're saying, like how you feel right now.
Right.
Lich pulled at 5:15 or 4:45, so there's no pull camp right now. That just kind of sucks. So what that means for us is we want to push the lane as slowly as possible. But since we have a double range creep, what I would actually try to do here is that I would go walk over here and I would use my E on this big camp because I don't want to walk out there by myself. I would walk over here, use my E to my third spell to pull the creeps over as the last creep is dying. So I'd do it right now. I would be right here, CS that, use E on this, and then it's going to run into our wave. And do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the other way we can pull, basically.
Okay.
Is this direction.
That makes sense.
So there's a lot of options with the pull camps, and they'll answer pretty much every problem you have of getting stuck in lane, because that's how you get yourself out of lane, is using these.
Sure.
So
yeah, so like if you look at this replay, I mean, I haven't looked. It's 6 minutes in, and I literally haven't looked at small camp at all, other than literally right there because there is a creep hitting it.
yeah,
I've not touched the jungle at all. I'm so averse to it that I feel like I was really hurting myself, and I knew there was more I could do. I just didn't know how.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not something. There's no fucking detailed, welcome to Dota. Here's how to utilize pull camps video. So like, honestly, from what you're telling me, I can make a quick breakdown that would probably help a lot of people. For me, what this means right now is if you're ever feeling stuck in lane, all you got to do is check the clock, and the next time that it's 20 seconds on the minute, you walk over to the small camp, right? Like, so right now it's 6:12. You're like, oh, I have time to kill this little guy right here because he's really low HP. And then I'm going to walk over here and pull this camp. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then suddenly you're out of lane. Boom. Meaning like...
Yeah, and way sooner than I would normally be.
Yes, way sooner. And it's really important not only for the efficiency, also for the safety, but the neutral items. The neutral items are like super broken. Like they're really nice efficiency use of like in terms of it's like doesn't even take a real slot. They have like mana regen or HP or attack speed. Usually neutral items are approximately worth like 500 to 1,000 gold of items. So getting it earlier is just really nice. So that would be the main thing about your laning phase. I'm going to skip past laning phase for now, if that's okay with you, because I think that's going to have pretty massive like changes to the way your game plays out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So what I would look for when you send me your update replay is how early are you incorporating it? How does it feel? Are there any questions or like there's a lot like I made it look easy because I've practiced it a bunch. It's probably going to not feel as easy to you as maybe it does. I just don't want you to assume there are a lot of little nuances and quirks, but maybe you pick up on those really fast. I don't actually know because I've never like really broken this down for somebody. But basically, I want to see you incorporate those. I want to see how it's going. As long as you're trying and weaving in and out of lane, it'll be infinitely better than obviously what you've been doing. And it'll put you getting killed less, taking less damage in the lane, all that kind of stuff. So many benefits.
More farm to snowball earlier, it seems like would be a huge thing.
Yeah, it's at least worth 5 to 10 CS by 10 minutes for sure. And basically, the longer you sit in lane, you're pretty much a sitting duck for exactly what just happened there. Pretty impressive that you actually got Twin Gate ganked in 800 MMR. That's pretty pog. Nice to see people are using it.
Like there, I'm just sitting there like fucking around with that one camp for a long time, and
yeah. So the general thing you can do, if you say you don't feel comfortable pulling this camp into this one, or like, you're farming this one, pulling this one in, say you don't feel comfortable because there's a bunch of enemy heroes, what you can do is pull this camp into here, and then your camp to farm is this one.
Okay.
So like right now, what I would have done if I didn't feel safe to walk out here is I would have pulled this camp at 11:45 instead of farming it. And then I would have walked over and stacked this camp at 11:54. And then I'd walk back over and finish farming this. And if the lane's under tower, I farm it. If it's not, I farm this stack from the high ground. And I can take
as much time as I need to farm the stack because I don't have a wave to hit anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this camp is useful for pulling if you feel kind of strong. And this camp is kind of like the contingency camp that gets used reasonably often. And it's a nice little boost. It's like 50, 60 gold, It's nothing great, but it's nothing. It's not nothing.
Better than standing around for
it's better than what you're doing right now. Yeah, like you were just kind of standing there. Definitely. Okay.
Guy is one hero I just generally have an issue with playing against. I just seem to die or get shoved out of lane really bad by him all the time, so.
Yeah, so it's really funny. I have mid laners say, like, how do I deal with Skywrath Mage, basically? Same idea. He is very punishing of... He's incredibly punishing of people who overstay in lane, for sure.
Okay.
So, like, there's... The same principle could be applied to mid lane. It's just different in terms of how it plays out, right? But the whole idea is, how do we get out of the lane? Because Skywrath Mage doesn't take towers, doesn't farm fast. The only thing he does is damage to heroes. So if we just don't interact with him, he's kind of a useless hero, if you think about it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why these mechanics are so important against heroes like that, not only because they fuck you if you stay in lane for too long, but they also become pretty useless if you use these properly. So, okay, looks like you're... Okay. So you go base to get more mana, it looks like. Farm going on bottom. Your teammate abandoned, Pog.
Yeah, and they were gone for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
They had like 1.1k net worth, and we still somehow came back and won this. But
Nice. Okay.
like, this is where I just felt like I couldn't lane against this guy, and I was dead 3 times. So I didn't want to go back to lane. So I'm just sitting here, super inefficient farming the jungle, just trying to do something.
What are your thoughts on other lanes?
Like going to another lane?
Yeah, going to another lane.
I am completely open to it. My teammates never are. That either gets you reported or screamed at for the rest of the game, and then people AFK because you're taking their farm. It's really hard in 800 MMR to go somewhere else.
Okay. I want you to imagine right now that you finish this camp, and the way I view the map is, if the lane is pushing in, it's fair game, meaning, like, somebody might go and take it, and somebody might not go and take it, right? So what I want you to think is, if you walk to a lane just to get that lane farm, and the other guy TPs in front of you and takes it and does the thing you just said, then you're potentially setting yourself up for a lot of frustration, right? But what if, instead of going to this jungle camp, you see a lane that is pushing in, and you go to the jungle camps that are on the way to that camp, or to that lane, excuse me.
So here, either walking towards top or walking towards mid.
Yeah, so I would, in this exact instance, because I see heroes here, I would walk like this. And by the time this lane pushes in, either one of my teammates has taken it right here, or they haven't. If they've taken it, then I just keep farming these 2 camps. If they haven't taken it, then I go over and take the lane. So in this example, I'm going to imagine you're walking like this. So you're right here, you're probably farming this for like 5 seconds, and now you're right here, and then you either go here, which is available, or you go to this camp. Now, if you walk into the lane and you just start hitting it, and this Mirana pings the shit out of you, sure, man, turn around and go kill the camp. Like, I can't do anything about it, but I can also tell you that if I understand the frustration, but if we spend our games worried about our teammates, like, it really is just going to fuck us. Like, if we don't want to make decisions based on things that we don't even know they're going to do, but we've experienced it before, I can only just tell you there's too many things to worry about in the game of Dota 2. That will hurt you a lot.
What I've been trying to do is just get my behavior score out of, the 7K range, because it seems like, at least from what I've heard and what I've seen, is generally if you have a higher behavior score, you have a higher chance of your teammates wanting to play. And that's part of why my initial goal was to get up to like 2K MMR, where people know, hey, your core is actually supposed to farm, get out of the way, like, not necessarily let them have the whole map, but if your core's there, let your core, farm, or your pause one farm, instead of running up and, taking the whole wave or something like that from them the whole game. You know what I mean? So that's kind of been the balance for me, is learning game mechanics, but also trying to get out of this kind of like early game hell of people just fucking around doing whatever they want, which makes it hard to learn the mechanics when your team is, at least I felt it was harder to learn mechanics when my team isn't supportive of it, if that makes sense.
I see. 1 second.
which is also partly why I wanted to join the dojo and hopefully find people here that I can play with for whom are also interested in improving and getting better, because then they'll generally have a more positive mindset of trying to let people learn.
Yeah, for sure. I get that. Let me just think for a second. So I'm going to talk to you like, obviously I've not done any studies, like I can't like conduct any studies, but I'm going to talk to you about my experience anecdotally of what I've had happen in my games and also what I've heard from a bunch of people I've coached. So for me, I think I have a decent comprehension of like how this plays out in different brackets and all that kind of stuff. So there's a fine line between I acknowledge that what you said happens. The whole like teammates getting really mad at you, walking up to your wave and farming it, stuff like this. Like all of that stuff 100% happens. I can also tell you it happens in my games. It may not happen as often, but it happens. So the people getting mad at you part for messing up, that probably happens more in my games than it does in yours, if I'm being honest with you. People in my bracket are not exactly pleasant to be around.
Interesting. Okay.
So the reason that I want to talk about this is because there's a fine line between having it happen and reacting to it versus assuming it's going to happen and not playing the game correctly because we don't want it to happen. So what I mean by that is I'm not going to head towards other lanes because I'm assuming my teammates will bitch at me because it happened to me 3 games in a row.
I see, because then I'm not practicing the actual game mechanics that'll make me better. Because I guess even if I get reported, if I win a game because I'm doing something better, I'm naturally gonna climb away from those people anyway. So let them ping me and react to what they're doing, but don't sacrifice my own gameplay because I'm worried they're gonna do something.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm trying to say. And the thought I would have is what I would do here, like, to compare your approach and what I'm trying to instill, because I don't want to, like, we also don't want to get reported all the time. There's like some fine line of adjusting our play entirely, but also like we don't want to get reported all the time, right? So we have to like figure out the social aspect of this to figure out what's the right balance. For me, the right balance here is that I would have headed towards mid, I would have started farming it, and if Mirana starts pinging me like crazy, I'm going to walk away, and I'm not going to take any lanes from her for the rest of the game. Like, specifically the Mirana, right? But I'm not going to assume that the Lich would do that, or the Sven would do that, and it's easier said than done, by the way, but I'm also going to try to do my best to not carry that into my future games. That's the problem that I've experienced for myself, and that's when it becomes really dangerous, is when we become, like you said, worried or like avoidant of things, and we're not actually playing the game the way that we think the game should be played because we don't want that guy to yell at us. And it makes sense, because if enough people yell at us, it fucking sucks. It feels awful. So it makes sense that we're adjusting to that. But if it's also kind of fucking us, I also think it makes it more likely to happen when we think it's going to happen. Like I know, like, it's not like karma or like manifestation, but have you ever had that feeling where like you're already a bit frustrated and tilted and your teammates seem even more harder to deal with that day? Have you ever like had that feeling?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is the type of stuff where I actually wanted to make a video on it at some point. I really don't know how. I've talked about it in my sessions before. This whole idea of like Dota body language and the way people communicate and stuff. It's hard to explain, but honestly, people playing Dota, you can just tell someone's tilted. Like, I can just watch them play their hero and I can just tell that they're tilted.
I mean, I literally had one game this morning that I was playing where every camp I would walk up to, I had a sniper that would come up and farm it, and then he would spam the sniper like laughing voice line. And he did that on every camp that I got close to him on.
Yeah.
And he would run across the map to do it. And it's like, okay, that guy's clearly just trying to grief the game or hurt me as the core, but
I mean, that's sad that people like that exist, but they do. Sadly, they do. And the last thing we want is to assume this Mirana is that guy. Like, that's what we're trying to avoid, right? So that's the fine line. I just wanted to break that down real quick. So for me, the whole idea of maybe not walking through dead space is worth it, but honestly giving you the direction of, while you're jungling, pay attention to what lanes are pushing into you and farm towards those. And so what that means is you'll have the option to jungle or the option to take the lane. If someone ping bitches at you or whatever, you just go back to jungling. Otherwise, you farm the lane. You know?
Yeah, because I know there's been a lot of times where I'll assume someone. I mean, in games, I've seen it where a lane will be pushing, I don't walk to it, and then what ends up happening is that wave either slams into tower and does a whole bunch of damage and it's all lost, or the enemy team shows up, takes the tower because the lane's there or whatever, and you know what I mean? So sometimes my team will show up, sometimes their team will show up, and sometimes nobody shows up, and at least I'm in a better position than always for whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly. I going off of that point, it sounds like you already have some degree of understanding of like how it plays out when you approach the game this way, meaning like there's times where you don't go to lane and that's what happens. The one question I like to ask myself about everything, I think, is what if every player thought this way? So like, what if every player in the game thought, I'm not going to go to anyone other's lane because I don't want them to ping at me? Like, literally,
games would be 3 hours long and nobody would win.
Nothing's going to fucking happen in the game, right? So that's why it's like, it completely makes sense why you're doing it, but it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm more so playing the behavior score than I am playing Dota at that point, which is
that just isn't fun. At least not for me, at least. It doesn't sound fun to me.
No, it's not fun.
Okay. So the direction, real quick, direction in the laning is to, I think your overall feel in the first 5 minutes is pretty decent. I think if we adjust the use of your camps and really incorporating those much earlier, using the thing I talked about, I would highly recommend you do that drill. I think that's really important. And then there's going to be this mid-game stage where you're going to be on the defensive a lot of the time, and you're scooping up waves, and your job is to either jungle towards waves or TP to waves that people are not farming. And as long as there's a jungle near that wave, if you TP there and somebody doesn't like it, you go to the jungle. You know, it's like, whatever. That's good. Like, having a coded response to what happens when people ping at you and bitch at you, in my experience, is just really nice. It helps me detach from the result. It's just like, the guy's mad at me, I'll go jungle like I would have anyway.
But it feels better than I've TP'd in, now I've wasted my time. Let me walk across the map doing nothing.
Yes, exactly. That's why we want that contingency plan. But honestly, the map is so big, it's almost always the case to be able to do that. So we want to not miss those opportunities at the very least when they're available. This would have been one of them. So now this lane's pushing in. You're going to walk towards it. This is good. Like, this is this is good stuff. You're going to push the wave. I'd highly recommend considering Falcon Blade on Drow, and I want you to stop going to base when you don't have mana. I would want you to just kill these camps with right clicks and then fly yourself a Clarity, but I think buying a Falcon Blade would solve your problem. You're being very inefficient by going back to base like this. Our goal is, we never want to be 0% mana, 100% HP, or 0% HP and 100% mana. You know, we want like these two bars to be kind of close, you know, at most like 30 to 40% apart from each other. That just means we're not balancing resources properly. Go ahead.
That is one thing that I struggle with specifically in the mid game is, when do I sell my stick? When do I sell, extra branches that I have? When would I sell a Falcon Blade for another item? Like, I don't know how to transition my item build from early game laning stage, whatever, to late game, efficiency.
Now, I don't think that that's not a problem. That makes sense. How do I word this? What I think the most important thing is for you to tell me that your items solve your problems right now. Because if I don't think your items are solving your problems right now, you're now tacking on a layer of complexity that I don't think is the correct time to do it. Because that's an important thing to transition and to start selling items and to think about that. That's absolutely important. But the most important thing for me, at the core of items, is do they solve the problems I have right now? And then the first step is, in hindsight, what would have solved the problems I had that game? Because, you know, when you're getting better at Dota, there's going to be a lot of situations you're not familiar with or haven't accounted for. And so, like, I would watch this game and be like, I went to base twice between 10 minutes and 18 minutes. I had full HP and no mana. So next time I play Drow, I need to buy a mana item before 10 minutes into the game. Like, that would be my takeaway from this. So the way that you would learn to transition into the late game or like mid game and you're selling your items is you play out the game and you're like, I sold my wand this game instead of my Wraithband, and I had no mana in fights. So the Wraithband sucked and the wand would have been better. Or I sold my Wraithband instead of my wand, and you know, I just died because I had no armor. You know, like, these are nuanced things. Or like, I sold this instead of this. Like, you'll catch it as long as we have a kind of if you initially understand what the item did for you in the first place. It's like some heroes have mana issues from minute 10 to 20, but then they don't have mana issues later. But like, some heroes have mana issues all game, so they can't afford to sell those items. But it kind of depends from hero to hero. You know what I mean?
So understanding better what problem the item is solving for me, and then evaluating current game state versus that item's usefulness to me, I guess.
Yes. What problem is this item solving for me right now? When selling, has this condition changed? Basically, can I afford to get rid of it? And sometimes it's trade-off. Sometimes it sucks to get rid of any of your items, and you have to just choose one.
I mean, I know sometimes, like, I know we said Spectre's not a great example, but sometimes I'll sell an item just to, you know, get my Radiance a little bit quicker, because I'm like, hey, I really don't have a lot of safe farm, but I need to get my Radiance so I can do something versus dying with 3k. So, you know, sell something to get my Relic or something like that.
I mean, that's not absurd. It just depends on what item you're selling.
Sure.
If you're selling like a phylactery, then like no, but if you're selling like a Wraithband or something, it's more reasonable.
Yeah, it's usually Wand or Wraithband. Never like a completed item.
Yeah.
Or semi-completed item.
It's something that I try to avoid doing, is selling items in order to get to something. I wouldn't make too much of a habit of it, but it's definitely a niche thing that happens. Like, I wouldn't say, but I'd say it's like 5 to 10% of the time, not too much more than that.
Okay, so I'm probably overdoing that then as well. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I would argue you probably are, based on what you're saying. Okay. So we've got about 5 or so minutes left. We've only gotten to 20 minutes into the game. Do you want me to like fast forward and give you one more point of direction? For like 25, 30 minutes plus?
I think I have a mid game, so something to do kind of end game would be helpful.
Okay, cool. Obviously, this game's a bit weird since you have a disconnected guy, but let's watch it. Okay, so you see people, UTB. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely seeing the mana problem play out. And then you sold your wand. Wand is a mana item at the end of the day, especially if you're fighting. So, like, an example of you having no mana all game and then selling the wand over the Wraithband, that shows that you're not thinking about it the way we want you to, and it's just an example, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, you're stuck going to base a lot. So much of scaling into the game is figuring out how to stay on the map. What were you saying?
I said just constantly for mana, yeah.
Yeah. So I think like Falcon Blade plus Wand would have a lot more impact than Wraithband. A lot of times people are skipping Wraithband nowadays, because this is a problem I've noticed myself having a lot as well. Okay. Rule of thumb. This is just a cardinal sin of Dota 2. Where is it here? Cardinal sin of Dota 2. Never walk to towers that you aren't farming towards when you could just TP. So you basically see this down here, and the enemy's pushing. You're starting all the way up there. Your path is like this. Never do this, what you're doing. Where you walk towards the tower that is being pushed while not farming. Your path I would have wanted is to either be farming these or to be farming this. Be stickier on the map. I want you to think that your mission as a carry is to be away from fights as often as possible. If they're on your side of the map, the only time you go to them is if you're farming towards them or you're TPing.
Okay.
It's not that you never go to fights, but we never walk like this to fights. Like, what percentage of the game are we hitting creeps? So we want to be creative. Our goal is, how do I stay on the map hitting creeps? So this is, when I say staying out on the map, it's basically not at your towers. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, like, in terms that I would, I guess, better understand. So it's really my activity time, and by activity I mean like time, I guess, attacking something. My goal would be to be attacking something 100% of the game, whether that's an enemy hero in a fight or a creep, but just dead time walking is wasted.
Yes, precisely. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a perfectly fine way to conceptualize it. And the big thing is that you can choose between farming or TPing when you see the fight going on, but the way you did it, you're just at the fight now. Right? Like, it's just like, I'm here now. Right? You can't really TP away from your base, because then if they push high ground, you can't be there. It feels really bad. So we always want to try to, like, walk our way out and then TP somewhere defensively if we can. So this game gets pretty chaotic. Okay, so you see them. Okay. Yeah, I just want you to imagine that your job at all times, starting at like 15, 20 minutes, is how do I stay away from my towers and spend as much time, the activity time, which is right-clicking things. So I want you to think of them as like obstacles for you getting out of the map, and you're basically not allowed to walk back to your side of the map.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is you might die doing that, but you're dying like solving a meaningful problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll find better ways to do it, but there's no, like, better way to do what you're doing, if that makes sense.
I mean, walking back to base or being dead effectively achieves the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So if I die on the map farming, I'm at least being productive.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of nuance to it. It's not like a super easy thing to master, but over time, as you get better at it, you'll just be on the map longer, you'll get more creeps. And yeah, we've kind of ended up in this spot where we kind of just hope they go high ground and fight into us. You know, I would have, like, been wanting to walk onto the map as any time that I could here. Yeah, now we kind of want you doing what Sven was doing. And so, like, in this game, I would probably buy, like, a Shadow Blade after Hurricane Pike Manta, because I want to be on the map and they have hunting heroes. Like, Shadow Blade is, they have hunting heroes like Ricky or Slark, and I want to be harder to find. Shadow Blade's the best item for that, by far, on all these ranged guys. So they end up diving base, which is awesome. And then
basically the rest of this game, they just threw into us, and then we just ran over the team. But
yeah. So I want to see this little mini game for you. I want to see the mini game of the camps at laning stage, like 5 minutes. I want to see the farming towards lanes in the jungle in the mid game. And then past like 20, 25 minutes, I want to see what is my strategy for getting out on the map. Like, whether it's, like, basically, what is taking me back to base? Is it mana? Is it HP? Is it getting ganked? Like, and don't put myself there. You know, like,
right.
If you're walking there, that's just a user error. But, you know, like, in the times where you had mana problems, like, that's how we fix it with items and stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I think those things combined will have pretty heavy impact on your efficiency starting at minute 5, and then the little things about showing up to lanes and the 20-30% of the time your teammates don't take the wave and you're getting it instead. I think a lot of that stuff adds up. So, okay. I mean, I don't think, cool. I'm quite certain it adds up. Yeah, man. Any final thoughts or questions about what we talked about today.
Is there anything that's specific to a ranged hero that you would say different for like a jug, or is it essentially the same? Because like at minute 5, like you said, I'm farming with my creep wave rather than my own HP, so functionally it stays about the same.
Functionally, the stuff we talked about is the same. I just think the way you approach fights and your survivability on the map is going to be different with melee and ranged. But in terms of the conceptual nature of these things, no, they're not any different.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's helpful.
Sweet, man.
So yeah, I'll focus. I'll try to get away from Spectre, play more Drow, Luna, Jug, and see how that goes.
Cool, man. Awesome. Then let me we'll leave it there. I'll send you the document that I've been typing up, and so you have some notes from what I said, and then you'll be good to go. So
thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Peace. You too.
Okay. So deliverables for the replay are maximizing camps at 5 minutes, farming towards waves in jungle for mid game, staying out on map as much as possible mid/late game. Okay. I'm going to send him this. Okay. I do have to go, guys. I have a business meeting starting in just a few minutes, so I don't have time to chat. But that was a coaching session. Make sure to check it out, !coaching in YouTube, in Discord if you're interested in getting it. This was a VIP session, actually, which we do through the dojo, which is you get to be a part of my classes if you'd like to be. You get that session, and you also get a follow-up replay later in the month. You can DM me on Discord if you want to know more about that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.